Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another plant video. We are going to be talking about flowers today. I'm so sorry that I was gone for over a month. That was definitely my bad. I'm just gonna move past it. Hopefully in my next video, we're gonna be doing some repotting and talking about it. So I'm just gonna save that until then. Today, we are going to be talking about all of my beautiful Hoya flowers that have flowered for me. Pretty much I think since April. I don't think I've shared any of these with y'all. Unless you follow me on Instagram. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, if you want to see some Hoya flowers, definitely follow me on Instagram. I try to be way more active on there than I am on here. So you might enjoy that. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get into the video. The first flower that has flowered for me, I was so sad because basically I missed it. This was actually a Hoya Callistophylla that flowered for me, and it actually was not this one, it was my other one. This one flowered for me during a period in which I forgot to turn the lights on. Like, I just wasn't turning the grow lights on at all, and it decided to flower. So I don't know if it just preferred the lower light environment that I had it in or something. I have no idea. But I've noticed that every time that I forget to turn like the lights on in that room for an extended period of time, it seems to start budding up, but then if I turn the lights back on, the buds blast. I know that this is actually one of those plants that seem to blast their buds pretty easily. Like if you don't water them enough or if you don't have them in the right environment, they tend to just drop buds. And this guy I really thought was gonna do that because I mean like I wasn't paying attention to it at all. Like it was just kind of there. I was during a period in which I think it was way back in like April. So I was in school still and I was just like having a rough time. So basically this guy flowered for me and then the buds like immediately fell off after. Not buds, the flowers. The flowers like immediately fell off after. I think it literally lasted a day. Like they flowered at night and then by the next night they were dead. And I don't know if it was just because I wasn't paying attention to it or maybe it had flowered earlier and I had just not noticed it, but I really don't think so because I was checking on it a lot. But yeah, basically this guy does not last at all. I did smell it and it did smell ever so slightly lemony, but I really didn't smell too much of the scent. Like it wasn't a strong fragrance at all and you really had to like stick your nose on it to actually smell something. So I don't know if it was just my mind playing tricks on me trying to make me believe that it smelled like lemon, but I just like I couldn't do it. I couldn't smell anything. So if you guys smell anything or if you've had your Callistophylla flower for you, definitely leave down below what it smelled like or if it smelled like anything or if it lasted longer than mine did because clearly something was wrong with mine and it just decided to kill itself after. But yeah, so that was my Callistophylla. I wasn't too excited about it just because it was mostly more disappointing than it was exciting, if I'm being honest. The next flower or Hoya that opened up for me was my Hoya Obovata. I had seen so many beautiful pictures of Hoya Obovata flowers on Instagram. I was so jealous because mine, I had had it for like over 2 years. I didn't understand why mine hadn't flowered yet, but then I finally got home one day and saw that it actually had like a ton of buds that I had just not even noticed. And it opened up after like I want to say a week of having them on there. At that point they were already pretty like far progressed though, so I'm pretty sure that between the time that it actually came out with the peduncle and came out with the flower, it had to have been like over a month. These have to be one of my favorite flowers and I don't even know why, because these flowers didn't have a scent for me like at all. I didn't smell a single thing, and I don't think people usually smell anything, so it wasn't abnormal that I didn't smell anything, but it was just so pretty. Like they look so pillowy, they look so cute, and it also was super nice because my flower or my plant actually flowered 3 times, so it had 3 like umbels of flowers and it was just so cute. I really wanted that plant to keep flowering for me, and I'm happy that like the actual peduncle didn't fall off, so hopefully in the future next summer it'll flower for me again. But they're just so cute. I loved that flower. Another one that flowered for me that has actually flowered like multiple times for me, but I did kind of want to mention, it started flowering I think around the same time as that Obovata, and it was my Wayettii. But for some reason, my Wayettii flowers were like so huge this year. Like I think last year when my Wayettii flowered, they were big, but they weren't this big. They were like huge, and I had, I guess, changed the environment to this one. I had put this one under my pear tree, so it was like in a shady environment, and it kept flowering and flowering and flowering and flowering. And it is literally September. It's the middle of September right now, and it's still flowering. Like it still has a flower on it, so I'm just like, I guess, not super excited about it anymore because it keeps flowering. But the one thing that is exciting is that my variegated Wayetii / Kentiana. I know there's like a lot of debate about what's what, and some people say that it's the same plant, other people say that it's not the same plant. Well, my variegated Kentiana, Wayetii, whatever, it flowered, and the buds were so much smaller and fuzzier and like pinkier than my Wayetii flowers. So that like really confused me even more. So I honestly was just kind of like, well, I'm just going to keep calling it a Kentiana because I feel like there has to be some sort of difference between this. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about that, but the flowers were literally so different. Like they opened up differently. Like the pedicels, I think, were more of a green color, and on the Wayetii it wasn't. Oh, or maybe the opposite, sorry. But I just wanted to show you guys the difference between the flowers, and I guess you can make your own conclusions. But yeah, those two kind of flowered around the same time, and I really loved, like, I thought that variegated Kentiana / Wayetii flower was beautiful. I don't think that it took very long for that one to flower for me. Again, I can't really remember. This was a long time ago. Like, it was literally in May. And I don't know. It didn't take a while, I don't think, to flower, just because I remember that it had flowered like 2 times. Like it flowered once and then it flowered again like soon after. So I had like 2 flowers from the same peduncle, and it was just so cute. I just loved that flower. It was adorable. And then the next plant that flowered for me in July, it actually was the very end of July, and I totally did not expect it. I saw it probably like middle of July. I saw the peduncle coming out and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that it's finally going to flower for me. It had been in my grow tent for a hot minute, and I'm talking about my Hoya Cummingiana. It had been in my grow tent for a hot minute, and it just like did not flower, and it did not grow. It did nothing, and I thought that it was just me. I didn't know if it was my grow tent. I didn't know if it was my care. I had no idea, but I ended up moving it outside because I actually stopped using my grow tent. Let me know down below if you guys want a video over why I stopped using it. I don't know if like, I don't know. If you have any questions about that, definitely leave them in the comments down below. But essentially, I stopped using my grow tent, and I took a lot of my plants outside, and one of my plants was the Hoya Cummingiana, and it flowered for me, and it was so cute. I loved the flower. I really wish it had like actually like opened up all of the buds, but it ended up dropping a few buds before it opened, so it's kind of a bald flower. But I mean, the color is so cute. Like, it was like this really cute little yellow color, and it had like a little berry corolla. I already forgot which one is which, but essentially it dropped a few buds, and it, I guess, like, I don't think it took that long for it to flower either. I want to say maybe like about 2 weeks from like peduncle to flower, and I was a little bit disappointed because the peduncle actually fell off after it flowered. So it wasn't just like the pedicels falling off, giving it the ability to flower again in the future. Like, the actual whole peduncle turned yellow and just like fell off. So that was really disappointing because it was my favorite, literally my 100,000% favorite scent that a flower has given off. It literally tasted like, or tasted, look at me. I mean, it smelled so good that I wanted to eat it. It smelled like a key lime pie. Like, it literally smelled like a key lime pie. It was like sweet and lemony, but like sugary. Like, it smelled so good, like so good. I think my mom smelled it and she thought it smelled like a bathroom fragrance for some reason. I don't know. She said something along those lines that it smelled like lemon, but she wasn't a big fan and she didn't pick up too much of the like sugary scent, but I thought that it smelled so good. Like literally any chance that I had to go out there and sniff it, I was sniffing that flower. And that's why I was so disappointed that the peduncle fell off. Like why, I don't know, it was just like, nope, I hate you, I know you like me, but goodbye. And it just fell off. But yeah, I'm really hoping that it can flower for me again next summer because I really loved the scent of that. Like I loved it so much that I would put it on my body and want to like make it into a perfume. That's how much I really like that flower. But yeah, the viola flower is beautiful. I will say that somebody in my messages said that they look like teeth, so that kind of, I guess, took a little bit of the beauty away from it, but it is so cute. On August 17th, that was the first time that I saw that they actually had buds, and I was like, I couldn't believe that they had buds, and I just did not notice it at all. Both of them started budding up at the same time, but the viola actually ended up flowering first. I think it took like, the 17th was when I saw that it had buds, so it was like fully budded. It wasn't a peduncle, but on August 22nd is when it actually opened. So from the time that I saw it to the time that it opened, like it was not that long of a period of time. But then it decided to flower again, and I want to say that it only lasts like about 3 or 4 days, so it is kind of sad that it doesn't last that long. But the scent on this one, you guys, if you want to know what a Hoya viola flower smells like, just go smell some basil. Like it literally smells identical to basil, and it's just as strong as a basil scent too. So that was honestly like not my favorite scent ever because I don't really like the smell of basil, but it was like really cool that it smelled so strong. I think it was probably one of the strongest smelling Hoyas that I've ever experienced, I guess. And it's just, it was good. Like I really liked the flower, and it was like a really unique flower too. But yeah, like it was so pretty. I really loved that flower. And then the Hoya elliptica that flowered, it I think flowered, what day did it flower? It flowered on a day that I had to work and I was so upset. But it flowered, I think like 2 days after the viola did. So it was like a little bit behind, and it was like, I don't know, it seemed like it was about to flower, and then the buds just got like way bigger than I was expecting. And the actual flower itself on this guy is like so gorgeous. It's like so unique looking also. It's not like your typical Hoya flower. It's like a thinner sort of flower, and it just, I don't know, there's something about it that was just so, I guess, beautifully unique. Oh, the adjectives are not that great today. But it was just so pretty. I really like that flower. Unfortunately, it didn't smell like anything, and that made me sad. And then the last flower that I have isn't super exciting. It's just a Crimson Princess, but it had never flowered for me before, so I was so excited that it flowered. I thought that it was going to be like pretty much identical to the Crinkle 8 that I've seen multiple times, but for some reason I think that the Crimson Princess was like a little bit thicker, and it like opened up more. So with the Crinkle 8, I felt like the flowers were a little bit smaller and less like pillowy looking, and with the Crimson Princess they felt like, it just looked like they were more pillowy looking, and they looked more like a star as opposed to looking like kind of cupped. So they like opened more, and they were really pretty. They were really similar, and I think they actually had the exact same scent. But yeah, that was all of my flowers that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Like I said, I'm hoping to do a repot with me for the next video for next week, but no promises. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button down below, and if you like me or you like plant videos, go ahead and subscribe if you want to. But that's gonna be it for today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!